Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And this is a pick a card reading for spring 2020. What is coming for you? So what we're going to do is we're going to look into each month of spring. March, April, May. For those of you guys who live in the Southern Hemisphere, obviously it's like a different time of year for you, but feel free to partake in this reading anyways. What we're going to do is we're going to look at your energy for love, career, finances, and general messages for you for every single month of spring. It's going to be a lot of fun. So if you're interested, simply stay tuned.
So I have 3 options for you guys here today. All you have to do is choose a crystal that you feel drawn to the most to get your reading. So you can choose number 1, the rose quartz crystal. Number 2, the raw quartz crystal. Or number 3, the aventurine crystal. Once you have chosen, you can head below to the description or the comments where the timestamps will be posted. And if you choose number 1, we're going to get started right away. So for those of you who choose number 1, what we have right here is a general message for you for spring 2020, a love message, and a career and finances message. So let's start with your general message. What card do we have here? So we're getting the 6 of Swords. I particularly love this card because of the rainbow here. It gives me that message of the rainbow comes after the storm. So this is telling you that in all areas of your life, you are very close to a big breakthrough. Like spring 2020 is going to be a huge breakthrough for you. We see this image of these people that are in this boat and are just getting out to sea. I used to be a surfer back when I lived in California, and I remember paddling out past the waves was one of the hardest parts of surfing. You would paddle a little bit and then a wave would come and it would knock you back, and then you'd paddle, another wave would come, it would knock you back, and then finally you could make it past all that white water and past the impact zone where you could finally wait and look out towards the horizon for the perfect wave to come for you to catch. And it's very similar to this image here. These people are making it past all of the impact, all of these waves, and they're so close to being out to sea. They're so close to it just being smooth sailing, beautiful, smooth, tranquil waters. So this makes me think that there have been a lot of obstacles that have been hitting you, a lot of roadblocks. It's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back kind of energy. And you can see that their sail has like fallen and things are breaking down here, but they're just so close. The skies are parting, the storm is over. And so how I feel this applies to your life is that in general, in spring 2020, you can be expecting to receive a lot of synchronicity and even some unexpected help. The fact that these people are not alone and that they have each other makes me think that there could be somebody coming across your path who is going to be very helpful to you over the next couple of months. This could be like a healthcare provider, as simple as like finding the right doctor. It could even be a romantic partner, perhaps. This could be a close friend who's just weathering the storm with you. This could be you meeting somebody new, maybe even a teacher or a mentor. And so keep your eyes open, keep your mind open for connecting with new people throughout this time of the next couple of months. I feel like it's going to be a very social time for you. Seeing this bird here and the fact that it's blue, the bird has to do with, of course, freedom, the air energy, mental thought. And I always think about the throat chakra when I see birds because they're so vocal. Okay, and so this makes me think that your throat chakra is going to be like under repair or be a huge focus for you over the next couple of months. So your throat chakra rules communication. It also has a lot to do with your creativity. When our throat chakra is blocked, we tend to want to shrink back from life. We tend to feel uncomfortable speaking our truth. We tend to feel uncomfortable being creative or starting new projects. Sometimes if our throat chakra is blocked, we can procrastinate and we can hold back. And so this makes me think that a lot of the healing for you is going to happen in the throat chakra, especially with this blue color of this card. I really have this feeling that you're going to be unblocking the throat chakra. You're going to be able to express your truth a lot easier. Creative ideas are going to come through you. You're going to be tying up loose ends and finishing any projects that have just been left in the dust. I truly believe that spring is the real new year. The spring equinox hits on March 19th, and that is the real new year. That is the time when things are blossoming and growing and expanding. It's a great time to plant seeds. So if you feel like the first 2-3 months here of 2020, you haven't been able to get any of your ideas off the ground, or you still feel stuck, or you felt like you needed time to just pull back and rest, don't worry about that. Don't blame yourself for that or be hard on yourself for that. That was just the energy. Things are going to take off for you. And this is a very, very positive message about the rainbow coming after the storm. I love that. So now let's see what you're getting here in love. So you're getting the Four of Hearts. Immediately, this makes me think that a lot of you guys who are coming here to this reading are single and are looking for love. Now, if you're not single and you're in a relationship, I'll get a message for those of you guys too in a second. But for those of you guys who are single, I feel like what you're going to be doing this next couple months, March, April, May, is you're going to be socializing a lot more. And I see you dating. This could even represent a couple of different suitors or a couple different people you're going to be talking to. I also get this message about online dating for some of you guys. Like some of you guys are getting ready to put your online dating profile back up after taking a break. And I actually feel like this time around, you're going to receive some really great offers or go on some really good dates that could transform into something else. I also see a healing here because this is a positive card, but there's also some shadow energy. There's some darkness here. You see this woman that's alone. She's putting these hearts out. I have a hard time not thinking about unrequited love when I see this card. If any of you guys are experiencing unrequited love, like you keep reaching out to someone or you keep trying to make a connection with somebody or you're trying to reconcile with someone or get someone to come back in your life, I feel like the next couple months, you're gonna receive a really major healing around that person and around that situation. Truth is going to be revealed. You're gonna get clarity on that. And I think for a lot of you, some of you guys will reconcile, but I think most of you guys will be moving on from this person and from this connection. You're finally gonna heal from that experience and give up needing to chase that person. I feel like you're gonna have a big breakthrough and realize that your worth is not measured by this person's approval of you. I also feel like the second that you release that energy and cut that cord, there's gonna be a new romantic offer coming in for you. And so that blockage is finally gonna be cleared. It's like you've been hung up on the wrong person while the whole time there's been somebody else who's a great match for you, right around the corner or right underneath your nose. So be open, keep an open mind for your love life as you move forward. Now, those of you guys who are in a relationship, I feel like the energy of some people here who are in a long-term commitment and are having to spend a lot of time away from your partner. This makes me think about a long-distance relationship, or potentially your relationship can feel like long distance because of everyday matters just getting in the way, like having to work or help the children or schedule differences. So I think the next couple months, as the flowers blossom and grow and bloom, I think that your relationship is going to have a reawakening. Maybe the romance has been lying dormant for a little while, but I see some opportunities for you and your partner, maybe even to be able to get away or date each other a little bit more and bring some fresh energy into this relationship. whatever way you look at it, your love life is going to improve over the next couple of months. We usually see that at this time of year anyways. So next we're going to look into your career and finances. Let's see what's coming in for you, spring 2020. Oh, the Magician is a really great card. This is a card that's reminding you that you have the ability to shape and control your future and your destiny through your own choices, your own actions, your own thoughts, your own feelings, and your own intentions. Sometimes we can feel really stuck in life, almost like we're a product of everything that's happening to us. I remember being stuck in this one job for 13 years, and that's how I really saw it. Like, I saw myself as stuck. I was like, this is it. There's no better position out there for me. Like, I'm stuck here. I don't know how to move forward. And then one day I woke up and I was just fed up. And at that point, I started thinking of new ideas, and I finally got myself out of there. If you've been watching the channel a lot, you guys probably like heard me talk about that a lot, but it's just because like how I went from being like a swim teacher and like working at a pool and being a manager to being able to have my own businesses, to work in the fashion industry, to do tarot and life coaching. It's a completely different life I'm living now than I was living 4 or 5 years ago. So this is a card reminding you that if you're not happy with your job or you're not happy with the path that you chose, first realize that you chose this path. I think sometimes we get a job or we work in a certain line of work because obviously we need to keep food on our table and we need to keep the lights on. Or we're trying to impress our family or society, or a lot of people have imposed upon us what we should do with our life. And then we just start feeling stuck. But I do think that there's a way for you to be able to make different choices, little by little, day by day, to change your situation. Only you have the power to create that. So I think the message here for you is, instead of waiting for an opportunity to come to you, go out and create the opportunity yourself. And the energy surrounding you for your work and your career and your finances is really positive this time of year. I think some of you will finally get your business that you're starting off the ground. I think some of you guys are going to be creating different ideas. Some of you will be creating different ideas for income, whether it's just flipping stuff on eBay or starting like an online Depop shop to sell some extra clothes that are around your house, or doing some extra childcare, or carpooling your friends' kids to school. Like, just the little tiny things you can do can really add up. So don't be afraid to take an extra job that's beneath you. Don't be afraid to work a couple extra hours on the weekend, or, flip some stuff online, or, do garage selling, flip some items on eBay. I feel like there's a lot of ideas. There's a lot of different ways to make some extra cash. And I feel like you're going to really be taking action and making that effort. I feel like you're saving up for something. There's this house here in the background. Maybe some of you guys are saving up for that down payment on the home or on the car, or maybe you're saving up to invest in something. And I feel like whatever that big purchase is that you need to make, I see car repairs coming up for some people. You're going to be able to accomplish that. Just be open to your ideas. The repeated thoughts and ideas you're getting are divine messages, are synchronistic messages. So I see your situation improving. And so, wow, there's so much happening for you in spring. Very positive messages overall. I hope that this resonates with you. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Peace out. So for those of you guys who choose number 2, we're going to go ahead and get your message. What we have here is a general message for you, love, and then career and finances. So let's get started with your general message. This is a beautiful card to see reversed. Upright, the 5 of Pentacles is talking about anxiety. This is like the anxiety and depression and worry and doubt and fear card. What's interesting about it is you do see all of these stars here, which in this deck represent pentacles. Sometimes this is worry about money, okay? Or other times it's just worry about your future or like your status in life. And so this is reversed. It makes me think that the energy of spring is going to be clearing your emotional energy. I feel like a lot of this has to do with your root chakra. Your root chakra is the energy center that contains past life memories, past memories or childhood memories from this life, relationship baggage, the father wound, the mother wound, one or both, depending on your unique situation. It also is the center that helps provide your feelings of security and groundedness. It's also linked to money and finances and prosperity and feeling like you belong here in this world. So when your root chakra is out of balance, you can be worried about your future. You might be having a hard time manifesting a stable job or stable income or a stable living situation. You might feel like, why am I here? What's the point of life kind of energy. And I think we all go through things like that at times. I think it's normal at times in life to feel anxiety or to feel depressed or to go through a time where we need to rest. Depressed means deep rest, right? But if this energy is really out of whack, then we end up shrinking back from life. We end up making decisions and choices based off of fear, and we don't feel grounded. We're in our heads a lot. So funny enough, I find that people who are the most creative tend to struggle with the root chakra energy. I think that there's so much going on in your mind and so much going on in your head that sometimes it's easy to fuel that energy with the anxiety, the fear, the worry, the doubt. We're always trying to worry, predict, and control outcomes. I think that's human nature. That's like the survival part of our brain, the reptilian part of our brain. So we really do have to take control over our subconscious mind. We really do have to reprogram ourselves almost like a computer to feel and think more positive about our life and about our choices and about where we are. It really is all about perception, okay? But it's a balance. That's why I'm Rainbow Harmony, all about balance and peace. It's about balance because I think there's a lot of people out there in the spiritual community that say, oh, just think positive. Oh, just, if you have a negative thought, then something negative is going to manifest. And that can serve to make us even more paranoid or give us even more anxiety. I think what's important here is to feel your feelings, to be present with the emotions and let them pass through you without hanging on to them. I think some of the greatest works of art were probably made by people who were going through a really dark time or a really difficult time. So something you can do to process some of these intense energies, just some examples, do what's best for you, but you can scream into a pillow. You can take it out on a punching bag or through some physical exercise. You can do some self-care, or you can do affirmations, you can paint a painting, you can write a song or write a poem or play an instrument, or you can dance, you can talk to a trusted friend or a therapist or a counselor. There's so many ways to flow these energies, but the worst thing is when we pretend like it's not happening, when we're not being conscious of what's actually going on within us. Like sometimes I stop and I go, wow, I really am having some very dark, depressing thoughts today. And for me, just being able to pull attention to that and realize that sometimes instantly makes those thoughts stop, because then you realize you're not your thoughts. You are the person that's witnessing your thoughts. You're the witness. You're not your thoughts. You're not the dark thoughts. So I do want to take a moment to say, anybody out there who really feels like they're suffering from extreme depression and anxiety, don't be afraid to get help from a licensed healthcare practitioner. I personally have in the past. I've been diagnosed with depression and anxiety. That's like how bad it got. And getting help for it was one of the best things I could do. I think sometimes it's not all on us. Like, there can be a community, there's many people that can help with that. And so keep that in mind. But the message I'm seeing for you for spring is that you're going to be overcoming this. You're not going to be feeling as much anxiety. You're not going to be feeling as much depression. And maybe that's because the sun is out longer. You're able to get more sunshine. You're able to get outside in the sun, maybe exercise more, be around more people. It's a more social time. Maybe this is really going to be your season. And so I feel this energy of anxiety, of depression being reversed. And I feel like you're gonna feel like you can accomplish more every day. You're gonna feel as if you've really hit your stride, and your natural confidence is gonna be growing. And I think that's partly because of the change in this season and just naturally where you're at. But I also think a lot of this has to do with the inner work that you've done. The work you've done over the past couple months here in winter on the inside is going to manifest in a beautiful way in the outside in your life. So next, let's go ahead and look into what's going on for you in love for 2020. Another reversal here, we're getting the 8 of Hearts or 8 of Cups reversed, which is another beautiful card to see reversed. And how funny is it that we're getting this winter message here, like you were going through winter, literally or metaphorically. All of these upside down hearts are like falling as if they're tears. Things are frozen, stagnant, and the water here and the fish is like that Pisces dreamer, emotional energy, which is a very beautiful thing. I think this card is coming out for you to remind you that you are someone who has the ability to feel things very deeply, like you're an empath. So you have the ability to receive psychic information through your thoughts, through your feelings, through your physical sensations and emotional sensations. So for you, breakups hit harder. Being estranged from someone that you love hits harder. Not being in a relationship when you thrive in romance, it hits you hard. And so I think you've been feeling very alone, and maybe that's because of this energy here. It was just applying to all areas of your life, or maybe the anxiety and the worry and the doubt and the fear was because or triggered by something that happened romantically. But the beautiful thing is in spring of 2020, the next few months, this energy is going to be reversed. So it's like you're learning how to really love yourself and come home to yourself. This card to me is saying self-love. You're learning how to meet your needs. You're setting goals to follow your dreams. You're bringing your energy to the present, and I feel like you're learning to trust more in the connections that are meant to come to you in your life. I think that you're able to let go of everything from the past except for the lessons and the love. So I feel like for you, the message for you for spring and love is like moving on or moving forward. You cut a big cord and you're letting something go. This could be a grievance that you have towards your current partner, or maybe it's a relationship that just didn't serve you anymore, or maybe it's a decision you're about to make to release some type of relationship romantically. So I see you making room. I see you making space. And the fact that this is frozen and it just makes me think nothing was happening. You were alone. There's no action here. I think that you might meet somebody unexpectedly sometime over the next couple of months, like someone that you feel is a vibrational match to where you are now, not where you used to be. So it's going to be like a lighthearted, fun type of romance. I feel like it's going to start slowly, more like a friendship, and like slowly turn into something more. And the most beautiful thing about it is that this time around in love, you're just not trying to control the situation. You're not worried, do they like me back? Or, oh no, like you're not worried about rejection or abandonment anymore because you've healed those wounds inside of yourself. And so it's like a whole new outlook for you, whole new outlook, positive energy. I'm loving it. So now let's look for your career and finances for spring of 2020. Oh, we got a card that's upright finally. So this is the Judgment card. Immediately, the first thing that popped in my mind when I saw this was like a promotion or a raise. I thought about almost like you're getting reviewed at your job or you're getting a review at your work and it goes really well and you're being given more responsibility, maybe promoted to a manager position that you've been working for. Or maybe you're getting like your own clients or something like that in your business, or you're being given like a really important project in work. And it's very positive energy. And I see a lot of income coming in for you. Like it's going to be a really fertile time. This here is reminding me of soil, like a seed that's been planted. And then this hand here makes me think about people who are doing work with their hands. A lot of work with your hands. And then we see things blossoming and blooming and growing here. And this angel that's like coming down and offering up this abundance or this branch or this blessing. What this makes me think about is people who are artistic. If you're artistic and you're thinking about your artwork or your paintings going up in a gallery, or you're thinking about maybe freelancing for your photography or your graphic design, or you're thinking about making things and selling them or something, or if you're already doing something like that, the next couple of months are going to set you up to be very prosperous with that. Like to keep going if that's you, like using your hands, like you've been given this gift. It's very sacred. And the ring here on this finger, this is the right hand. And this is the hand that we receive with the left hand and we give with the right hand. And I feel like it's talking about independence here, because the ring on the finger on the left hand is the message of like marriage and romance and a sacred vow. You move the ring to the right hand, the hand that gives. It's almost like you can trust in yourself. You can be self-employed, or you can do this on your own, or trust in your abilities is the message that I'm getting here for you. So I hope that this message resonated with you. Thank you so much for your support and for coming to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Peace out. So for those of you guys who choose number 3, what I've got here is your general energy for spring 2020, your energy and love, and then a message for you for your career and finances. So let's start with your general message for spring 2020. Ooh, we've got the 3 of Swords reversed. I have a sigh of relief seeing this card reversed. You know, we all know that the swords suit in the tarot, except for the Ace of Swords, usually some pretty intense energy. The sword suit is like anything that's like blocking you or attacking you, or that you need to pay attention to. It's talking about psychic attack. It's talking about some real deep issues that are either happening inside of you, or that energy that's coming up against you that you need to pay attention to. So I love getting the swords in a reading because, like, I love that real talk. I don't know about you guys, but I love the real talk from the tarot. I'm like, yes, please tell me what I need to do better at or what I can change. Like, I'm all about that. But sometimes it's hard to hear, you know? The good thing for you is that this card is reversed. So it's talking about you leaving something behind. And you know what's interesting? There's the 3 here. This is like general, love, career, and finances. It makes me think that what you went through the past 3 to 6 months leading up to this spring energy, leading up to March 2020, has been a really difficult time for you. And I kind of promised myself that I would stop talking about Mercury retrograde, because I know every reading I'm like, Mercury retrograde this, Mercury retrograde that. But this last cycle we went through, you guys, was really, really intense. And I think something major fell apart in your life. Like, you might be scrambling to pay the bills.
You might have had a big breakup or a lot of fighting or arguing with your partner, or just feeling like hopeless, like you're never going to manifest love. And then this right here is just feeling attacked. You know, maybe you're living in an environment with people who are narcissistic or people who are toxic. So this is toxic environments, toxic everywhere. And so I think that what happened the past couple months, it was bringing that to your attention. It was like telling you, you've changed, you've grown, and now everything around you needs to change and needs to grow as well. It reminds me of like when you plant a little seed in a little pot and it grows and it's beautiful and it's flourishing, but then it starts outgrowing its pot. Have you guys ever gardened and had that happen, where a plant just starts taking over and there's just no room for it anymore? And it's like, okay, I need to go take this and plant it outside, or I need to move this plant to a bigger pot. I feel like that's exactly what's happening with you right now. Like, you need a bigger challenge, or you need to change your environment, or you need to like replant yourself. So bloom where you're planted. I do believe in that, and I love that saying, but I'm also all about, if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. I sound like Dr. Phil right now, you guys. All these metaphors, but basically, you don't have to put up with crap. That's something I realized in my life. Back in the day, I had shitty friends, I had a shitty job, I had a shitty financial situation, I had a shitty car, I had a shitty apartment. And like, it was cool with me for a while, and then I woke up one day and I was just like, this is not me. Like, I need to grow past this. This is not okay anymore. And for a while, I felt like a victim, and I felt like there was nothing I could do. But then after I spent a lot of time complaining about it and being sad about it and being upset about it, I finally realized, like, there's no one who can help me out of this but myself. Even if it's not fair, even if I didn't ask for it, I still made some of these choices that like led me here. So I have to do something. There's some things you can't control. Like, for example, if you're being abused, I highly the way I see it is like, you did not bring that on yourself. That is not your fault. Sometimes people are just crazy and mean and horrible, you know? So that's not really something you choose. But for example, your job, if you hate your job or it's not working for you or you're not getting paid enough, that's something you can choose. You know, if you don't like where you live, if it's not in a safe place or it's falling apart, you can make another choice. But you might have to work really hard and put a lot of effort into it, and it could take a long time to get out of the situation, but you still can change it no matter what situation you're up against. And so this is some real talk here for you with the Three of Swords, telling you that in the spring of 2020, you're going to be making decisions that will help you change your circumstances. Like, you're having a big breakthrough and you're not accepting this crap anymore. You're not accepting it anymore, that the crappy job, the crappy everything, like the crappy pay, the crappy, you know, car, the just everything, like all areas of your life, the crappy relationship, or the way that the crap you say to yourself, all of that you're letting go. You're letting it go, and it's like, I see this big surrender. It's like a surrender moment. And maybe this already happened, like surrender moment where you're down on your knees crying and praying and saying, okay, I surrender. Like, I can't do this anymore. Like, you know, I'm ready to change. This makes me think about people who could be releasing addictions too. Maybe this is an addiction to unhealthy eating and fast food and sugar or fat, you know, eating, you know, really unhealthy foods. This could be an addiction to alcohol or, you know, anything, honestly. There's so many different things we can be addicted to. Maybe this is you realizing, I'm ready to come to balance. I'm ready to stop mistreating my body. I'm ready to show up for life. And I just see that. It's a big, big breakthrough for you. And it's very positive. It's very exciting. And I feel like you're going to be taking just these little steps the next few months to improve your situation. And it's going to create magic and transformation around you. Because sometimes we look at our situation and we think it's going to take a lot.
to get from where I am to where I want to go. And in some ways that's true. But what we don't realize is that whatever energy we put out into the world, we get back. So if you take one step, the next step comes to you. If you take action, then support will come. If you take action, money comes. If you take action, the right people, situations will come in your life. And I think that's beautiful. There were some opportunities that came to me that I never planned that completely transformed my life. And sometimes opportunities just come out of nowhere. Like, we're worthy. We don't need to deserve it. But if we want more opportunities, sometimes we do have to get out there and create them as well, because it's our energy and it's who we are. And it's like the energy that we put out that commands the energy around us, if that makes sense. So I feel like you're playing a little bit with manifestation over the next couple months, and you're starting to manifest things like really fast into your life, and your whole situation's turning around. It's amazing. So next we're going to look into your energy in love for 2020. This is a beautiful card. This is the 10 of Hearts. Now, funny enough, I do see a new relationship, a new romantic partner, or if you're starting to date someone right now, it makes me think that you could be like entering into a committed relationship with this person, or maybe even you're like meeting their family and they're meeting yours and things are getting more serious. But I also think about the love of a family or the love of a community. Some of you guys here are like, yeah, romance is cool, but what I want more than that is like a group of friends. Or what I want more than that is like for my whole family to be able to come together and celebrate. So I see something about a big celebration. This could be like a graduation, a birth, or a wedding where the whole family comes together or your whole community comes together. And it's a very, very beautiful and uplifting time. I also see something here about finding your soul family, becoming connected with your soul family, or starting to meet members from your soul family, or getting new coworkers. Maybe you change your job and you're in a situation with new people and like the energy is really vibing. So we see here in this card that like things are changing, and because of that, you're making a lot of space to bring new people in your life. So yes, newness, rebirth, starting over, new connections, new romantic relationships, new friendships. It's a whole new you. I love it. So finally, let's look into your finances and career for 2020. Another beautiful card, and look at this mirroring here. Look at this mirroring. I think that this is very, very interesting. Maybe some of the main reasons you were feeling stressed out might have had to do with career, finances, or just not feeling a lack of clarity in this area of your life. So the 3 here, the symbol 3 is also a very powerful manifesting number. So I think that this is about you getting potentially a new job or a new situation. I think a lot of you guys are going to be getting a new job or putting out your application or putting out your resume. And this could even be talking about 3 options you ultimately are going to have to choose between. Like, you're going to be the one who is able to choose what position you want to go into, or what career path you want to take, or what new job you want to get. Instead of just feeling desperate and taking whatever's out there, there's going to be opportunities. So very, very beautiful energy in finances and career. I also see something, this is making me think about the 3rd month too, like March, April, May, like just before the summer. In May, it's very possible that your financial situation could be really, really good then, or you're going to receive some type of return on an investment then, or some type of unexpected income then. So beautiful messages. I hope that this resonated with you. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. If you're interested in a personal reading, now is a really good time to get one, because I only have like 3 people in line right now for readings, and this is rare. I usually have like tons of people in line for readings, but there's really not many people right now that are waiting for readings. So if you purchase now, you'll be at the top of my list.
You can always get a reading same day or within 3 days. I have those options. But if you purchase the 2-week reading now, it's very possible you'll get your reading a little bit sooner than expected. So just wanted to let you guys know that. And I'll see you later. Peace out.